Perfect. Okay. So, happy November. Holy crap. It's crazy how far into this year it is, but we have like literally some amazing ways of ending the year, which I think is amazing. And I was on a strategy call with my upline is Bonnie Engel. So I was on a strategy call with them, our team, and her yesterday. And we were just talking about like how insane the deals are this year at this time of year than they were last year. Like last year, I feel like it was so tough to scrape through at the end of the year. I mean, we did, but it was like way harder and way less exciting. I mean, 80 Day Obsession became available in December, but it was the first time that they launched like this VIP style of programming where you could buy the program before it was available on God. And that was kind of new. So it was kind of like, okay, I'm scraping, like trying in December. But November is always like kind of this blah month. But I feel like they really strategically placed all of their marketing for the year and gave us amazing deals to work with at the end of this year, which I think is fantastic. So let's leverage them. If I is leveraging spelled wrong? Leveraging. Anyways, if you have any questions at any point in time about the sale is literally like $20 off every single main challenge pack, including completion packs. So anybody who even has Beachbody on demand, you can offer them the $20 off. It's off $20 exactly from the price. So whatever the price normally is, aka the main base kit that we have is $186 Canadian or $160 American. It's just cut $20 off of that. So you can literally start a business for $166, which we're going to talk about. First up, I do want to give some shout outs to people who are on the board already. Brienne, who I don't know where she is. She'll be watching the recording, I'm sure. But congratulations for being on at 4 already. And I know that those 2 people are coaches, so congratulations. Jess at 2 and Jennifer Carr at 2. Amazing. And I also want to give a huge shout out to the new coach, Sarah, who literally just signed up last week and already signed up her first coach. Yes, it was her mom. And you can do that. The very first 2 people that I ever signed up was my mom, who's on the call, and my sister. So Emeralds gets to be easy. Don't overthink it. I literally signed up my mom and my sister. My sister did not touch anything and canceled within the first year. And I've been able to like help build my mom's business for her, which ends up helping me in the end. So obviously she's actively within our Happy Life Club. She's actively within the team page. And we talk about it. She talks business with me. We bounce ideas off of each other. She gives me ideas. She gives me like, talks and whatnot. But it doesn't mean that she necessarily like signs people up herself. It's just her doing her way of business, and that's totally perfect. So I highly encourage you to get somebody on who you can help control their business center, and that will end up helping you get to diamond. And so I always know on each side of my business, I have my mom on one side and Kyle, who's my husband, on the other side, and I know that I can always control them. Do they have to be active all the time? No, like Kyle doesn't have to be active every single month until I want to build his business. So for me to get to Star Diamond, I'm going to be working to build his business center onto Diamond, and that helps me. And so I highly encourage having somebody on your account who you can at least control in some ways, and you can help them build their business. Lena, this is so funny. Your face is frozen on like it's hilarious. Does anybody else see that? That's so funny. Okay, so congratulations, Sarah. I'm so freaking proud of you. Side note, she literally just did it tonight. So I was so excited to put that in there. Congratulations. I also want to give a huge shout out to Haley, who's on this call. We had a phenomenal first new coach call. She's going to crush it. And both coaches who just signed up last week are already slaying the game. So I just want to give a huge shout out to you guys. And then just let's go over some announcements. So the first thing I want to talk about is the Transform 20. If you don't know about this program already, go and do your homework, go and watch the YouTube video, and go and read in the coach news. There is also a promo to get the step that you need for the program in the month of December by having just one Success Club point on the board. Meaning if you sign one person up for a challenge pack or Shakeology, you would still get 2 points. So even better, you're doubling it. Okay, if you sign one person up, you will be able to claim your spot for that step. And then the second part of it is that you have to obviously get your access to Transform 20 in December, which will be available mid-December, where you can buy like just the program or a challenge pack now that coaches can get challenge packs. So you could even get like, say, the performance pack with the program, and you're golden, okay? That's the first thing. Make sure you guys are getting educated on that program. It is literally going to be amazing, and it's going to boom your business. People who don't know who Shanti is literally live under a rock. Like, he is so well known that people will know about Shanti. They will want to know more. They know about the program's Insanity Max 30. They know about him. So even if they don't know about Beachbody, they're still going to be excited about it. So talk the crap out of it, okay? Obviously, the sale, we're going to talk about like leveraging the sale, but make sure you understand what the sale is. It's literally $20 off of every single package. And in almost 3 years, I have never to this day seen a sale this amazing. Just remember, for those who don't remember and weren't in here when the videos were here, I signed up with DVDs. Mom, do you remember the DVDs we got? I don't even know where mine are, but we signed up for the same freaking price that we get now for DVDs and one program. And now people can get $166. Yeah, you still have yours, Jess? Oh my God. I think mine are somewhere in a drawer. I don't even know. But like, you can now get every single program plus Shakeology plus the containers, access to the workouts for an entire year for less than the price that I paid for myself to enroll. So it is a freaking steal. If you are not talking about it, shame on you. Okay, I also wanted to remind you guys of the coach sneak peeks. I am running one every single week. So if you have somebody that you're talking to that is interested in coaching, pop them into my coach sneak peek. I don't talk about it like it's my team. I just give the information and I encourage them to reach out to the person that put them in that group. And that's really important. So these coach sneak peeks are doing great. I'm running them with if you're in the Dash to Diamond group, I'm running them with Kirsten, and they're going phenomenal. The information is amazing. The feedback is phenomenal. Jess actually ran a fantastic coach sneak peek this past week with a couple of her coaches. So if you have any questions about them, please feel free to ask, or ask how you can run your own. Pair up with some coaches on the team and just run one. I ran one in my first, I think my first or second month. I think my second month, maybe. And it was so bad, but it was so good. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You could say all the wrong things to all the right people, and it really doesn't matter. But you have to go out there and do the thing to get the practice first. But if you're not ready to run your own yet, that's totally fine, especially if you have just one person. Pop them into my sneak peek and put yourself in that sneak peek too. Tag them in the videos, engage with them. Awesome. And the last thing I want to talk about is, and remind you guys of, is the Diamonds Retreat. It is downline wide, meaning anybody in the downline, whether you are my personally sponsored coach or not, has the chance to earn their spot on this Diamond Retreat. What's a Diamond Retreat? It is literally a weekend that I spoil the shit out of you. It is my way of giving back to you to show you that your efforts within this business are noticed, they are valuable, that you are worthy of success within this business, and to give you one-on-one personal coaching in that weekend. And so Kirsten and I are pairing up. We're going to do a Diamond Retreat in January in Florida. So we'll rent a house. You guys will come. You'll have so much fun, amazing chats. I went to Florida in my first week for my personal Diamond Retreat, and it was literally one of the best weekends ever. It was so incredible just for hitting diamond. So get your booties to diamond before the end of the year. It will likely be in the 20s of January. So make sure you kind of like put that spot on your calendar. But it's going to be amazing. It's going to be so much fun, and all of your expenses are paid. So the only thing you have to pay for yourself is to get there. And if you hit diamond by December 13th, you have the opportunity, and you hold it for 6 consecutive weeks, you have the opportunity to earn your entire traveling pretty much for free. So we are doing like a traveling incentive where if every week that you hit or hold diamond, so you hit, and as of the second week you hold diamond, you will earn $50 every single week after that. So 50 times 5, that's $250 that you have the potential of earning. So maybe you have to put up $100 in order to get there. I think my ticket when I went to Florida was like $300 round trip. So it's a great deal, you guys. You have the opportunity of earning this freaking amazing free trip. And we have some awesome people in mind to be there. So get your booties there. If you would like to request to join the Dash to Diamond group and you're not in there, please request to join. You have to be an active coach, and it is a work group, meaning you gotta do the work, but if you do, we will push you and get you to diamond. All right, let's dive in. So objections. I don't want to spend too much time going into depth with these. I am super basic when it comes to objections, like probably so much so that people are like, you say what? Because I spent a lot of time overcoming objections in the very first few months of starting my business. And it got to the point where I was like, why would I spend time on people who don't want this? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to give my energy and try and defend what I have to offer to people who don't want it. So this is how I tackle objections. First of all, you need to know what an objection is. They are literally a sign that the person does not have enough information or they don't see the value. And so if you get an objection, it's not offensive. Do not get emotionally attached to it. One tip that I will give you, if you find you're getting really hung up and stuck on objections, is you send your invites and you don't answer a message. You send 20 invites and you walk away. You go do something, you go for a walk, you eat lunch, you eat breakfast. I don't care what you do. Go do something. When you come back, you focus in just on answering those messages. And if it takes drinking Energize or having a glass of wine or doing it right after your workout when your endorphins are pumping, or you need to pump up and blast the music so that you're in such a high vibe a feeling that you feel amazing, that doesn't matter what anybody says to you, then perfect, do that. But whatever it takes, do not get emotionally attached to what people are saying, because unfortunately, it doesn't mean anything to you. It's literally not personal. You cannot get offended by somebody saying no or giving an objection, because it's not about you. It's about them. It's about them and their issues, not you. So if you get emotionally attached, that's literally exerting, I'm saying literally a lot tonight, that is exerting way more energy than you need to, and save it so that you can spend that energy inviting more people who do want to join this. Okay, so the main objection that we're all gonna get is money. Especially around this time of year, have that mindset. Okay, I know that money objections are coming. But the way I see it, like I personally never, if somebody says, okay, well, what objections are you hearing? I'm like, I don't know, people just aren't signing up. Like, I don't ever get offended by money or any objection, really. Like, especially like, I think a lot of people get hung up on, what do I say to somebody who doesn't want to do a home workout? Okay, bye. Like, there are literally millions of people that we can help, you guys. You don't need to help that person that doesn't want it, let alone doesn't want to have a conversation about it. Go find somebody who wants to talk about it. If they don't want to talk about it, oh well, move on. Don't waste your time. My mom will attest to this. I hate spending time doing stupid things. Like, it was so bad in school. When I had to do a project that did not serve any purpose in my future, I hated it. I didn't want to do it. I complained about it. I was the worst, most miserable person because I hate spending time doing shit that doesn't have a purpose, that doesn't do anything for me. And so when it comes to objections, I'm like, if I read an objection and I'm like, I don't even know what this means, goodbye. Like, I just don't have the energy for it. I'm like, okay, cool. You know where I am if you change your mind. Perfect. But you are going to get some objections where it's like real objections. Let's say somebody says, you know what, it's this time of year, like I just cannot put up $166. One, yes, they can. I put this on a maxed out credit card that was already over the limit and overdraft in my bank account. I had to battle, I had to compete against myself and my paychecks to earn that money to pay that off in my first month of coaching. You bet your butt I begged my mom and sister to sign up so that I could earn that back. But that's how you launch your business, right? When I launched my business, I was able to hit emeralds, and then I was able to talk about it, and people all of a sudden started trusting me. It just builds credibility. So I 110% do not accept I can't afford this. Yes, you can. There is money from somewhere you can borrow. You can take out a loan. You can put it on a credit card. Go get a credit card. I don't care. I want the person who's willing to put it on a maxed out credit card and is willing to fight against that time clock to earn that money back. That's the type of coach that I want. I want the type of coach who says $166, that's it to start a business. Well, I don't have that, but fuck it, let's go. That's the type of person that I want. And if you want the same person, then don't give two shits about somebody who doesn't see the value in $166. Move on. Just move on. Be like, okay, no problem. Goodbye. Don't waste your time. How do you actually overcome that objection, though? There are some things you can do. The first thing is tackling it through posting. This is obviously key. This is the first place that I would go to actually handle that objection. You can share the wins in your post. So share things about, what did your $14 paycheck do for you? What did you buy with $14? I took myself out for an extra expensive Starbucks date, and I wouldn't have been able to do that if I didn't earn this $14. Like, I couldn't do this and build this memory, build this success if I didn't have that $14 paycheck. Boom, win. It's so small, you guys. But how many of you guys want to actually be able to take yourself out to Starbucks and not think about the money? Like, it is something so small that people think about, but they don't realize how much it means to them. The next one is sharing what your objections were. So for me, I always talk about how I signed up on a maxed out credit card. It wasn't necessarily an objection for me, but that was something that went through my head. So I had a fear of, I had no fear. Again, that's just my personality. I just didn't have any fear. I just knew that it was going to work. I didn't care how long it was going to take. But I do relate to people who are worried about not having enough money. So I talk about that in my posting. I signed up on a maxed out credit card. I fought my way to earn that investment back, and now look at me. I talk in the Coach Sneak Peeks, and I share about how in my first month I earned, in less than 30 days, I hit Emeralds, hit Success Club for the first month, and I earned my investment back. In month 2, I profited an extra $200 or $300, and in month 3, I earned an accumulative amount of $950. To me, $950 was everything. Everything. That was so much money to me. I had a maxed out credit card that I could actually pay more than just the $20 minimum or the $40 minimum because I was so far above my payments, right? I was able to actually pay those things down. I talk about that. I don't talk about it enough, I will be honest, but I talk about it. And that's what you can talk about. So maybe your objection, if it was money, talk about how you overcame that objection. Okay? Now, I will say, when you talk about an objection in your posting, you need to create connection emotions. It needs to be emotions that are developed that say like, oh my goodness, if she can do this, I can do this. If she was able to overcome that, I'm able to overcome that. If she believes in herself, maybe I could believe in myself. Don't judge people in your objectifying, in your objection posts. Don't put them down. Don't question what they're saying. Don't, oh, that just threw me off. My mom leaving. Don't, judge them for what they're paying their money on. Just create a post that is designed to make them look like the superhero at the end of the post that says, you can do this. This is, X number of dollars, $166, and it's going to change your life. If you do that, you have the potential of creating something incredible. Create a post that makes them feel like a superhero, not like they are making a mistake. Not like they are making a mistake. Not like you are judging them. Okay? And then you can also talk about the value in your Instagram stories. So for example, if you go watch my Instagram stories from tonight, after inviting, I was so fired up about how this is legit the best freaking deal ever. And I told them the price, which I never do, but I was like, you guys, this is $166. Like, did you know that Shakeology on its own is $155? It's mind-blowing that this is so, I did my math wrong, shit, in my video. I said it was $16. It's actually $11 to get the package. Like, how freaking amazing. That is pretty much like saying you get bought for an entire year, including every single program, and you get the meal plan and containers for $11. Like, that's mind-blowing. That is literally mind-blowing. I cannot get over it. And so talk about the value in your Instagram stories every single day. Don't just stop and do it one day. Do it every day. Bring it up every day. Get creative on how you can talk about it. If you notice, I post the same things in my Instagram stories every single day, if not every day, almost every other day, right? I talk about the same things. I do the same invite challenge to my challenge group. I do the same inviting. I just do it in different ways. I do a poll one day, and then another day I do a swipe up, message me info. Another day, that's actually a great, Jess and I discovered that you can do how everybody has 10,000 followers, does the swipe up, and then they can attach a link. You can still do the swipe up, and it just brings them to the messenger. So it's a super easy way to just be like, here, I'm cool, swipe up. But yeah, you can absolutely do that and just talk about it in your Instagram stories. And then from your Instagram stories, go and message every single person who watched that video about you inviting them, and send them a message that says, hey, I don't know if you saw, which you know that they saw it, but did you see about the sale that's on for my challenge group or my boot camp, whatever you call it? Message them all and ask them, did you see the sale that's going on for my challenge group? And then they'll say, what sale? And in your head, you're like, well, dumb shit, you literally watched it. I know you watched it, but maybe they didn't. Maybe it was on mute. And now you've got them intrigued, and now they want to know more. And just be like, oh my gosh, I thought you watched that video. Sorry. It's our challenge is actually $20 off. Have you ever heard of my challenge before? Have you ever considered joining it? Super slash, super easy. You don't have to tell them the price up front. Don't ever tell them. Rule of thumb. How many times? 2 minimum. You need to get the person to say yes to you or yes to this 2 times before you give them the price. Every single time. Don't blow your cover. Don't blow your value before you give them that answer, before you get them hooked and understanding that this is worth any dollar value, okay? And then obviously in your messaging. So how I handle you know what, it's just too expensive. I'm straight up with them. Honestly, girlfriend, what is expensive? Can you put a value on your health? And then I do the feel, felt, found. I actually hate the feel, felt, found. I will be honest with you. I think it is so cliche. It's so sales and marketing strategy, but it works. It works. And there's nothing else I can say. It works. Do it in your way. Make it your own unique style. And so the way that I would do it is, girlfriend, I literally felt the exact same way. I was on a maxed out credit card with overdraft in my bank account. I was nowhere near capable of paying for it, but I knew I needed a change. And I knew that because I had no money, I wasn't going to get any anytime soon. I knew I needed to do this. So what I felt was just this drive to compete against myself. And then I found when I joined, I was so capable without even knowing anything that I was able to earn that investment back. I found I was able to earn while learning how to grow the business. Do you think you could do that? And ask them a question. Now, I want you to remember something. When you are objecting to when you are answering to an objection, it's not so that you can get a sale. It's just so that you can object the objection. Okay? When you come back through from an objection, you are not trying to close the deal. You are simply trying to provide more value. You are trying to provide more answers. You are trying to provide more insight. You are trying to gain more trust. It is not to make a sale. And so a lot of people get discouraged, like, oh, I did this objection and then nobody signed up. That's okay. That's okay. As long as you did every single thing that you possibly could, you held that platter out with a free tray of cookies and you said, do you want one? And they took it and they did nothing with it. That's not your problem. It's theirs. So you gave it to them. You gave them this gift. You gave them this offer. And now it's in their court. Your responsibility after you handle that objection is to follow up with them. Now, I'm a little bit crazy, and I think you should be too, but I follow up with people like a madman because I've had endless number of clients who sign up. Haley can attest to this. I messaged Haley a year ago, and had I not messaged her just last week, she wouldn't be here. Who knows when she would ever have signed up? I wouldn't have even signed up Sarah, the other coach who signed up last week. I also had been talking to her for a while. I had talked to her first time in October, so she was a faster one. But if I hadn't done my follow-ups and asked her and kind of like been annoying and harping, I wouldn't have signed them up. The right person is going to sign up. They're not going to find you annoying. They're going to be grateful that you did. And I guarantee Haley's probably going to be freaking happy in a year from now when she's like, oh my God, I could not imagine if you never followed up with me and sent me that extra message that said, dude, have you ever thought about doing this? Right? It's so empowering. I think about Jess too, like way back in the day when I signed up Jess, I sent her like 3, maybe 4 follow-up messages. First of all, I was not very great at it. But second of all, I really wanted her on my team. And I was like, hey, did you think about it? Hey, are you signing up? Hey, you should sign up right now. Like the follow-up is, the fortune is in the follow-up. Do your follow-ups. A great example of how to send a follow-up is simply, hey, did you think any more about this? I would love to give you a spot, or I would love to have you join me. Where are your thoughts at? Another one that I love to send to somebody who just like ghosted me after talking about coaching or a challenge group or something like that, I love to send this message, and it's just so simple. It's like, hey girlfriend, we didn't get to finish our conversation, but I just wanted to check in. Is coaching still on your radar? Or is a challenge group still on your radar? It's super easygoing. They get to say yes or no, and usually I would say 8 times out of 10, their answer is, oh my God, I got so caught up. I'm so sorry. Yeah, tell me more. And then you get back into a conversation. My suggestion is don't go too long without sending an without sending a follow-up. So if you're talking to somebody and they say, no, I can't do money, and then all of a sudden they just stop talking to you after you send them that answer to their objection, and they don't say anything, go back and message them within a few days or within a week. And simply say, hey, I know that money is kind of like, money is not super on, it's just not working for money right now. But I just wanted to check in. If you had the money, do you think you would sign up? And just ask them. Pull out the excuses. See if money really is the thing. maybe it has nothing to do with money, and maybe it has something to do with something else. Maybe they're afraid, like I just signed up, or I was just talking to this girl who ended up saying, no, I don't want to sign up for coaching because of money. And then she said, when I objectified that, or when I objected the objection, she ended up saying, no, I can't do it because I'm just starting a business. I want to focus on that. And then I got really impatient, and I was like, okay, I really want this girl on my team. She would be amazing. Like, legit want her on my team. And there's a sale on. So naturally, I'm going to send her a follow-up. And this is what my message was. Let me read it to you guys because it was pretty freaking funny. Oh, no, she sent me a video. And I don't know if I can reply. Okay, so this was my message. Girlfriend, except I put GF. I said, you can kill me with the laughing face, but I've got to ask because I want you on my dream team for 2019 with the bomb emoji and the hand clapping emoji and hashtag no shame. Are you still a no for coaching? It's on freaking sale this month. Cartwheel emoji. That was literally my freaking follow-up message. And I was just talking to her in October, at the end of October, and I asked her how her business was going. And you want to know what she said? Worst thing she could say is, yeah, it's still not my thing. Okay, cool, goodbye. Best thing she could say is this, is it really? Let me talk to my fiance. I've been thinking about it. If Ray never sent her a follow-up message, who knows when she would have joined? Who knows if she would have scored this deal? So don't be afraid to follow up with people. Stand your ground. This is so important. Do not ever question yourself about whether or not this is valuable. They are getting, and you are getting, numerous, hundreds of workouts access for a year. You are getting the best of the best nutrition smoothie on the market. Hands down, the best of the best. The best tasting, it's the best quality, it's the most ingredients, it's amazing. And you're getting meal plans, meal tools, endless recipes, a freaking cooking show, yoga, like all of the things. Plus, they're getting you, me, and our challenge group, right? How freaking amazing. Like, they would spend thousands to get something like this. You can't even get this at a gym, even if you spent thousands of dollars to work with a personal trainer. It's just not available. Like, these tools are not available for people. So if you do not believe $166 Canadian is worth it for somebody to sign up, then you've got to do the gift box activity. And if you don't know what that is, go and type it in the team page because I talk about it all the time, okay? All right, that's the main one. If you have other objections that you're finding you're getting a lot of, please type them in the chat and I'll tell you how to answer them. But the next one that I usually get around this time is time. I just don't have enough time. The holidays are so busy. School is super busy. I'm in midterm season. That was in October. And then it's going to be coming up. I'm in exam season. You guys, we have plenty of coaches on the team who are students. If you guys can do this, so can they. Stand behind that. Show them what it means by your posting. So share how it helps with time. How does a 30-minute workout help as a student? Show what that looks like. Show why that's important. Talk about it every single day. In your Insta story, in your posting, talk about why a quick 30-minute workout is perfect. And then transform 20. It's literally 20 minutes. Talk about how excited you are to get in a 20-minute workout that's going to blast your body. Okay? Share how and when you do your workouts. So how do you get your workout in as a student, a busy student who has tons of things to do? Or how do you do your business as a student? What does your schedule look like? Where do you fit the work in the pockets of time? And then when do you do your workouts? Do you do them in the morning? Do you get them done on lunch break? Do you get them done between classes? Do you get them done? That's how you're going to connect with people. Share how you work your business in the pockets of time and share what you did for work. So being like, taking a picture of you with your laptop at school and being like, I love that I can work my business during classes. That's great, but let's take it up a notch. What did you do during that 10 minutes? I love that I'm able to pop in and do a little bit of work between classes, just checked in with my challenge group, and to answered 3 messages. To give people a picture, an image of what working as a coach looks like. People have this big idea that we are like, our job is so fancy and so extra, and it's not. It's just not. Like, you literally talk to people and you post on social media and you work out. How freaking easy is that? Talk to people about what you're doing. I answered 3 messages. I sent 3 people back a message. So if that's you, look in your DMs, like something so cute and subtle like that. All right? And share why time is not a valid answer. If you are a student or you are a full-time worker who works endless hours, I know that there's coaches on here that have that situation. Talk about why busy is not your superpower. It doesn't get to be an excuse. It doesn't get to be a reason why you don't live a healthy lifestyle, why you can't build a business. It just isn't. You can conquer it, so can they. Talk about that. Messaging, I'm blunt about it. I will call people out on their bullshit. That's why I put bullshit up there all the time. If somebody says, I just don't have time to work out, I'm a little bit ruthless, and I will say it. Simply because I want somebody who wants to put their time or who wants to put their time into being healthy. But I will literally say something like, girl, you don't have time for 30 minutes to work out. And if they say no, then I'm like, oh my gosh, like, what's wrong with your life? Like, what's wrong with your schedule? We need to change that. Let's go. And then you actually find out that they sleep until 7 a.m. and you're like, you can wake up at, you can wake up at like 6 and get in a quick workout and go and take a shower all within that hour. Like, it's so simple. It's so easy. So you know that there's time. So yeah, in messages, I will call them out. A great way to call them out is just simply like, what do you do? If somebody says, no, I don't have time. Okay, just simply respond with, oh my gosh, what takes up all of your time? What do you do for work? Are you a student? Ask them questions. Figure out where you could piece together some time and then throw that in there. Bring it back to the challenge. I always bring it back. Girl, this is exactly why you need the challenge group, because this is what's going to hold you accountable to make sure you get it in. I promise you, there are people within this challenge who are so relatable to you and your schedule. Get this in, hold yourself accountable, have fun doing it, and feel better, okay? Especially around this holiday time, talk to them about how crazy busy it's going to be and how good they're going to feel when they get to have more time, because their energy is so much greater at this time of year, when it's gross outside, when it's yuck, like gray and depressing, and it's Christmas time, so everybody's stressed out and running all over the place, even though it's supposed to be a happy holiday season, right? Talk about that. And again, feel, felt, found. Girl, I was working 50 plus hours a week. And this is the truth. I was working 50 plus hours a week, and I wasn't even allowed to do this business with the training job that I was doing. I felt like I was going to be stuck and working endless hours. But what I found was this is actually so doable within the pockets of my time. And it got me to leave and fire my first job within 4 months. How amazing. Do you think that you would be able to learn how to do this in the pockets of your time? Or just simply ask them, like, would you be up for learning about that? Or ask them a different question, like, do you do a workout? I like to turn it around to something else rather than asking about that. But ask about it. And then if somebody just keeps using like, no, I just don't have the time for it, bless and release. Bless and release. You have to learn how to do that. Bless and release. If somebody says to me, girl, I just don't have the time to do a workout, and I try and like combat them and I try and lift them up and empower them to believe that they have the time, and they still say that, I bless and release. You know what? That's totally okay. When you have enough time, you know where to find me. I'm not going anywhere. Send me a message. You don't have to be a bitch. You don't have to be grumpy about it. You don't have to be grouchy or think that it's offensive or take it personally. I don't take it personally at all. I genuinely actually believe that because they say they don't have time, they're going to follow me for a really freaking long time, and they're going to watch to see if I give up. And when I don't, and when I say that right post, that right Insta story, they're going to message me. And if they don't message me, I will message them because I follow up with them. And I will just check in. Hey, how are you doing? I know time was so busy. Did you find a schedule that works? Did you find something that works for you? And check in with them. And then you'll be like, no, oh my God, I've been wanting to message you. I need to get in with this. Tell me more about the challenge. It's so simple. Bless and release. It's just not the right time. Okay, last thing, leverage the sale, you guys. Use this to your advantage. Talk about the sale. In your posts, talk about it all the time. Get creative with how you can talk about it. I mean, it doesn't need to be like ridiculously creative, but at the end, like of my workout posts, I'll say something like, did you guys see that this is on sale? Did you see that my challenge is $20 off? Did you see that this is on sale this month? In my Insta story, you guys, this is $20 off. There's a $20 code that you can get. Send me a message. Get creative with it, but talk about it every single freaking day. Every single day. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 18. Did I do that math right? 18 days left. I don't think that's math right. Anyways, you have 18 days left. You need to be talking about it 18 times minimum. Bare minimum 18 times, okay? Get talking in all of your posts, mentioning the sale. You don't have to mention the actual price unless you are bringing it up in good, positive emotions. So for example, when I talked about it in my Instagram story today, I said, you guys, this is so freaking exciting. Did you know that it's on sale for 166 freaking dollars Canadian? Shakeology is $150 to $5 on its own. Like when you listen to my story, I hope you would get excited about this. I don't ever mention the price or talk about the price and try and like overcome that objection when it's kind of like in a judgy way. Like I will never say people will spend $166 on something, so you might as well spend it on this, because I have no judgments. There's a lot of things that I will not spend $166 on, even though I probably should. That's it. If somebody wants it, they will get it, okay? But you get to be excited about it. I personally think that you will do 1,000 times better when you post and talk about an objection and talk about, like, call them out on their bullshit, but in an empowering way. You guys, I know that so many of you guys are going to spend money this Christmas. How good would you feel if part of that money that you spend is $166 on the future of 2019, on the health of 2019, on the success of 2019? How good would it feel to wake up on January 1st and know that you don't have to start over? You don't have to build a New Year's resolution because you invested that money during the holiday time and already started. That makes you feel so good. I put you in a position of making you feel excellent. I didn't bring you down. I didn't tear you apart. I didn't judge you whatsoever. I know you're going to spend money, so why not spend it over here? I gave you a reason to spend it. Don't call and accuse people out. I always think about, like, don't assume anything makes an ass out of you and me. It's the exact thing that I say every single time I think of assume. But if you assume that people don't want to spend their money on it and they're being, like, stupid for spending their money on something else, they're going to get defensive and they're not going to want to come and talk to you. They're going to want to talk to somebody else who's empowering. Okay? Make sure you do your follow-ups for this. So, do your Instagram stories, go and talk to everybody who watches it. Talk about the value, go and talk to everybody who either watches the story or likes your post. And then you can also, I posted in the team page tonight, an example and a fabulous example of how to make a post to explain what they get using the price while also comparing it to, like, a gym membership, the cheapest gym membership. Okay, I personally encourage you to do at least one of those posts so you can refer back to that. But I think it's an amazing post and it's a great way to get people interested right now, okay? And then obviously messaging. I want you this month in 18 days. Actually, I'm going to challenge you from today, Tuesday, until Saturday. You have until Saturday to go through and invite every single person you've ever invited before. Every single one of them. If you've been around just for 3 years, then you got a long list of people to go through. But that's a lot of Success Club potential points, okay? That's a lot of lives changed. That's a lot of people that you can impact. That's a lot. That's potentially diamond twice right there, okay? And I don't care if you've been a coach for a month, 5 months, a year, 3 years, it doesn't matter. Go and invite every single person that you've ever invited on your Facebook. Then go to your sneak peeks. If you've ever run a sneak peek to a challenge group or to coaching, go and invite those people and tell them about the sale. So here's how I would word it. I would say, hey, girlfriend, how are you? It's been forever since we last chatted. I don't know if you've seen, but there's a sale on for the challenge group this month. I just wanted to know, is it still on your radar? Do you want to snag a spot with the sale? That's what I would say. Copy, paste, send it to everybody. It doesn't need to be personal because you've already sent these people messages. You've already done your personal work and built a rapport, built a relationship with them. And who cares, really? Some people are just going to buy because it's on sale. And that's okay, right? So do your due diligence. Go and copy, paste, send out a follow-up to every single person who has ever contacted you or talked to you about a challenge group coaching. Go through Coach Sneak Peeks and then go to your Instagram and invite every single person that you've really had a conversation with in Instagram. Like I literally mean go through it all. And then work through your follow-ups. So I will say you have to be strategic about this. I personally encourage you to not just do follow-ups, but to do 20 invites and your follow-ups, okay? This is pretty much gonna be a mass week of invites, and you're gonna sign those people up next week and the week after. So next week is like the 19th to the 24th. You're gonna be signing people up in that week and the following week. And if you do it right and you send enough messages, you're constantly talking to new people and inviting new people, you will set yourself up for success to hit Success Club right in the beginning of December so you don't have to stress about anything. How good would it feel to not have to go? I remember last year, I was terrified that I was not going to hit Success Club because it was like way after Christmas and I still was at 4. And it sucked. It sucks being that far into the month, into December, probably one of the hardest months of the entire year, and being like, well, this sucks. But if you do your work, if you do your due diligence now, send out those follow-ups, talk to new people, get your posting game on point, you will have people to invite and sign up in December. Okay? All right. That's all I have for slides. Let me make sure. All right, can you guys see me? Perfect. Does anybody have any questions? Is there any objections that you're getting right now that is like, okay, how would you deal with them? I feel like my personality is very like, I don't give a shit about objections. Like, I just don't care to, like, I don't really, I have no fear in objections, I should say. It's not that I don't give a shit. I care about people so much that I literally have no fear. So if you have any questions about like an objection that you just got, or how do you say something to somebody, how do you respond to a certain thing, now's the time to ask while I'm on. If you have any questions about anything in particular, I'm losing my earring. If you have any questions about anything else in particular, please ask.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Honestly, I think it's like a streak that I've been getting. So a lot of the people that I've been inviting, they're like, oh, well, I have a personal trainer and I've been with them for like 2 years. And I'm like, that's literally 6 people throughout the past 3 days that have been telling me I'm with a personal trainer. I'm with a personal trainer. And I'm like, how do personal training is a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
How do I not really fight that objection, but kind of turn it around and kind of do what we did? What would you say?
Yeah, so what I would say is like, dude, I totally started out with a personal trainer. So when I first started, I was training still with my personal trainer 4 times a week. And I would just tell them honestly and be like, that's amazing. Support them because 100% I would. And I would just say like, That is so amazing. Do you love it? Have you ever thought about doing it like really? I wouldn't do this all in the same conversation, but I would talk it through with them, build a conversation. But I'd be like, I don't know if you've ever considered it, but like you could throw in a couple of cardio workouts. Like I'm sure you know Sean T. I mean, his workouts are amazing. You could amp that up. And these workouts are perfect for traveling. So if you ever miss out on a week because you're traveling, then you can take these with you. And just kind of talk about it like that. You'll feel people out. Some people will be like, there'll be a hard no because it's at-home workouts versus gym workouts. And that's totally okay. That's totally okay. No judgments. I mean, I was the exact same way. So no judgments. But with that, I would just respond with, that is so amazing. Do you love it? And then just ask them like, dude, did you know that you could totally fit these in within the days off? I mean, you could totally, okay, sounds good. You could totally, here, let me stop